If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles.
Just a few moments ago, Ukraine has golded another 10 artillery. I mean, why use so much gold in a private game, you know? I don't know what's happening. And if you want to use gold rocket artillery, why would you attack unarmored units with regular artillery? Because regular artillery is an anti-armor unit. You can see it right here. They have a high strength versus heavy armor and light armor, but not against unarmored units. So I've got the impression that Ukraine is a good player, but not that good of a player, and that he still has some improvements to make, while he's facing an extremely experienced player. Russian Empire already started to chicken out and offered peace. Also, Turkey has realized his mistake, offered peace and pulled back, because what is happening as a fact is that the Russian Empire, Communist Russia, Great Romania and Yugoslavia, they are all in the same alliance. I don't know why 4 members from the same alliance joined my private game. I think this is really not cool, but it's too late now. Ukraine is virtually surrounded by them, and then he's bordering Caucasus. So I understand that he decided to join them, but I don't understand why gold had to be used. I mean, if you're fighting 3-1, well, actually 4-1, as you have seen, Communist Russia had over 15 units here in the border provinces to prevent Caucasus to break through. If you are 4 versus 1, there is no need for gold. If you can't be the player 4 versus 1 and you need gold to do so, then you don't deserve the victory. By all means, you should archive the game and you should play SimCity. It's that simple. Ukraine claims to use little to no gold, and he claims that Caucasus is the big golder, but there is no way that you can lose 50,000 manpower and still have 30 units if you didn't gold big time. And I'm really sickened that my private game that was supposed to be fun has turned into a joke like this. The Russian Empire came to the help of Communist Russia. I guess soon Sweden will be on the menu next. Then we have Germany, Spain and Poland that are in the same coalition, of whom now both Germany and Spain are in war with the United Kingdom, and you can see he is losing a lot of ground. He's actually losing less units than Germany, which is great. Egypt is attacking AI both in the Middle East and in Libya. Algeria finally decided to invade Tunisia. Southern United States has conquered Hawaii, so all is good. I've finished my conquest here of Michigan. I'm bringing my units over here. I have now 5 tactical bombers protected by 2 interceptors. 2 more interceptors are in production, and I also have now 6 cruisers. So tomorrow I'm gonna rain down hell on North America. He won't know what's going to hit him. And I feel a bit of sorry because this map is just multiple players ganging up on one nation. We've seen it here in France. We see it now happening to the UK. We see it happening to Finland. We see it happening to Caucasus. And unfortunately tomorrow I'm gonna do the same. I'm not very proud of it, but it is a necessity. We are 9 hours, 14 minutes away from a day change, and it is time to attack the northern states of America. So I'm gonna declare trade embargo because I don't want to skip any diplomacy steps, and I'm gonna move in my units. I have a few reservations about attacking North America because I'm going in blind. Firstly, I didn't scout. I only have level 1 units, so I have no higher level scouting units, meaning that if Northern States of America he made the militia, anti-tank or submarines, then I'm not gonna see them. So I'm gonna use my interceptors and tactical bombers to scout ahead as good as I can, and I just have to hope he doesn't have any stealth units, because otherwise, well, I can be screwed. I have no idea what he has. If he hasn't invested a lot in economy, he can have more units than me. I can see that Southern States of America is just going in with all his starting units. What does he have? 10 infantry, level 1, 10 armored cars, level 1, another 6 infantry, that's his starting units. So basically he produced 10 armored cars from the looks of it. I'm gonna select all his units. Let's see what he's been up to. Oh, he has 28 infantry, of which 6 level 2 and 12 armored cars. Damn. Okay. Okay, I mean, why not? In early game, infantry is a good unit, as is armored cars, but they are defensive units, they're not very good to attack. I went for the more predictable strategy, meaning I've upgraded my infantry, which is pretty obvious to do for Allies Doctrine, and I went for artillery. Why did I go for artillery? Because when I go for the research tech, you will see in the ordnance branch, I need to research artillery to be able to unlock the SP artillery, which is a very good unit for allies. Then in the tank branch, I have now researched armored cars, and I am now researching light tanks because I need those to produce tank destroyers. And in the infantry branch, I have researched, of course, level 2 infantry, so I unlocked the research for motorized infantry, which is now researching, so that I can produce later on the mechanized infantry. Even though I don't have any tank plant or barracks yet, I already want to unlock the research to be ready. Same thing in the air branch. I only have researched level 1 interceptor, level 1 tactical bomber, and as soon as I have the resources, or more specifically the manpower, I can upgrade them as well. And in naval branch, I have researched destroyer, cruisers, and aircraft carriers. I could have researched submarines and used them as scouts to scout the cities of northern states of America, but I didn't want to waste a lot of resources on subs, because ally subs, they're pretty crap. So I'm lucky there's only 1 infantry over here, which is great. It's gonna die, and it's gonna die fast. I don't know yet what is here. All I know is that southern United States said that the majority of his army is here in New York, which pretty much sucks for me, I guess. I've got a feeling that I've struck a bad deal. Southern United States knows which army the northern United States have, and I think that all of this might be empty and he can take it up for grabs, and I'm gonna end up fighting the army of northern states all by myself. I'm a bit disappointed here with his build because he hasn't anticipated his next move. Call of War is like chess, okay? The plan is, as soon as Northern States of America is beaten, we move to Europe. I'm gonna take the United Kingdom because, let's be honest, he has lost so many units, and it's gonna be easy to take. And Southern United States is supposed to take Spain. I guess these cores will be pretty much empty, but how is he going to get his units across? He doesn't have any destroyers or cruiser to protect them. I know that a lot of players, they just send their units at sea unescorted, and 50% of the time they get away with it. But if you have a player who is intelligent enough to have a couple of subs on his coast and a couple of naval bombers, you lose your entire army and it's gone. So you should never ever transport your army at sea without a navy escort. Let's see what is happening here with Caucasus. He managed to kill the 10 artillery that have been golded. I mean, why gold 10 regular artillery when you are up against rocket artillery? And artillery isn't an armored unit. Rocket artillery counters are unarmored units, so you're gonna get shot the crap out of you. Plus, he only made artillery. There were no other troops added in his stack to get more hit points. You need a lot of health because artillery is very vulnerable against air attack and against other ranged units like rocket artillery, for example. Here is a battleship. It's battering empty Rostov. Good tactic. Ukraine wants to prevent any production in Rostov. He wants to deny these rare resources, and he wants it to rebel to another nation. It has only a morale now of 31%, but it's an empty gesture because Caucasus, he's coming. He's gonna send these units here to Ukraine. Ukraine has lost most of his units. I mean, check it out. He has a couple of anti-air, but so far I have seen that Ukraine has no air units. So 3 anti-air, 3 infantry, 2 light tanks, 11 rocket artillery, 1 anti-tank, 6 artillery, and 1 armored car. With those units you can make 2 very nice stacks. And then he has another very nice stack that is going to Russia. He has 10 rocket artillery. This is optimal damage distribution. He has 6 anti-air and 5 infantry and 2 medium tanks. So he has 7 melee units that are going to protect his artillery in case of melee attack. His 10 artillery are at optimal damage distribution, and if he gets attacked by those tactical bombers, he has 6 anti-air, can kill a stack of 23 units. It's impossible. I mean, he can hurt this stack, but he will lose his planes. So it looks like both Russian Empire and Ukraine are gonna be in for trouble. Let's just hope that Turkey stays out of it because, well, there's no more troops in his course. His cities are empty. You should always keep 1 infantry in your cities, but in this case Caucasus doesn't have the luxury. He needs the troops on the front line. It's all good to have good practices, but you need to prioritize in this game as usual, as you have a limited amount of both resources, manpower, armies and time.